Okay. It's gonna be. Wilt u het in het Nederlands doen of in het Engels?
It's up to you, wat jij wil.
Alright.
No problem.
We'll do in English then.
That's fine.
So thank you, Sir Botsa. Thank you for meeting me. And yes, I had a serious motorcycle accident last year, as you know. But I'm very happy to be back at school and to continue with my conscious business module.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you last week if I can interview you with recording for this module. We're gonna talk mainly about how it is to be a conscious professional.
Okay.
I have been looking into some of your previous interviews to have a view of what you have been doing. But could you explain yourself also a bit? What you have been doing, what you're doing at the moment for work as a conscious professional.
Okay. Well, thank you for the invitation. I am the managing director at this moment. I'm a managing director of Southeast City. That's an organization that's putting this district forward as an area which is economically viable, attractive to the people, and very hospitality, with a unique mix of working, living, and entertainment. How did I get there? Well, in my previous jobs, I was working for corporations like MasterCard, KPN Telecom, AT&T, Achmea, Ziggo, and it brought me to an understanding of how businesses work. And the past 10 years, I have made a transition to a bit more societal jobs, of which one was the alderman of this city, of this part of the city of Southeast.
Okay, and I think that perfectly fits conscious business as well, because you have to be quite conscious of what's happening surrounding you, what happens in the area you work about.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've seen a previous interview of you. I've tried to do some research,
Okay.
and as I saw that you moved from the Suriname to the Netherlands at the age of 7, and you mentioned having to fight your way through your upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
How did that early experience shape your drive to help others and be conscious about it as well?
First of all, I must say that I'm very privileged because the Dutch system is giving us opportunities to build ourselves, to go to school, build ourselves, to go to what is it? That we have instruments where we can improve ourselves.
Also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Voorzieningen.
Yeah.
We have to build ourselves, to develop ourselves. That's a privilege, which is not in all countries the same. So I'm very privileged that I was able to grab my chances, which I did, which was very much supported by my family, by my father, mother, certainly my grandpa, who always told me, become better than us. Yes, which I did. And I think I've made them proud. The drive I have is to show that people with a non-European background can still do the job. We are participating in the society. We are not only participating, but we are part of the society, and we can do the same things as the dominant culture here in the Netherlands or here in Europe. I don't have difficulties with that because it's just being myself. It's being me, but with maybe a bit more confidence than the average person in the street.
That's noticeable, to be honest. Also, when you are in front of the class, I can see that you're quite comfortable there and confident while giving classes. I have talked with my co-students as well, and we like the way you give classes, especially because it's. I think that's the way you give it also so engaging, and I think that's the part that demands confidence as well.
Okay.
Um,
But I must tell you, that wasn't always the case.
okay,
Yeah, life goes up and down,
of course.
and that doesn't mean that I'm always has been so confident. But I say the older you get, the more you get things in your rucksack, in your pocket. But I know that from the beginning, I was not only raised, but I've been able to see showcases of people that were good, and then you try to mirror yourself against them as well, huh? Which in a large part of my life was the case. But I also had parts of my life where I wasn't that confident. So things happen in your private life where the confidence level diminishes. However, and that's why I think I'm privileged, I was able to get into situations not only in business life but also in private life that built the confidence with me, where I could see to be myself, because that's really the essence of confidence, um, being willing and able to be yourself. Because if you are that able to be yourself, then it's you.
Yeah.
It's nobody else, it's you, and that brings your confidence with you, because you cannot be someone else than
That's
yourself.
That's true. I appreciate that about you. You have a motto I've seen. It's niet lullen maar poetsen. In Dutch, in English, that would be more actions than words.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
In this course, we studied the Golden Circle by Simone Leck. It's kind of what your personality is about and what your life why is, or your core belief. Do you have any core belief where you necessarily stand on while being a conscious professional?
And I think the first thing is respect. Respect to the person who is in front of you, and not judging up front. I think that's something I have developed for myself, and that works, because if you are on par with someone, you're able to see the things inside the person, and it's always beautiful, always. But we have a mask. Normally, you don't tell those things. That
Professional mask.
Yes, indeed. Well, you're sitting now in my office, and when someone comes into my office that I don't know, who I don't know, I always ask the question, who's your father, who's your mother? Something we do in the Suriname society, because if you know who the father and mother is, then you also already know a bit about the family. But I always do that because it's so interesting what people then tell you. Some people don't start with the father and mother; they start later. But really, let's say, there are a lot of people that say, "Oh yeah, my mother was this," and in the conversation, before the conversation starts, we are 15 minutes later, but we are on par, and then things go much smoother when you talk.
Yeah, I get that. It's specifically something you took with you from Suriname, kind
Yes,
of?
indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
In various roles, what does conscious practice look like on a daily basis for you while working or while on a campaign?
Yeah. Well, I can bring back something which is delivered to me by Rotary. Rotary is a large organization in the world. We always do good to the society, and we have what we call a four-way rule, four-way system. Let's start with everything we say and do. Is it the truth? Is it Is it creating better relationships? Is it fair to all people involved? And the fourth, I always forget the fourth. But this is what I try to do every day. To be truthful, to be working with people on the same level. Even if I'm the boss or I'm not the boss, I try to get the things on the same level when we talk with each other. And that has to do with respect. I want to be respected too. But it also has to do with, the three things I just said. Do you say the truth? And are you truthful to me? Or are you trying to, what is it? What do they call? Snap me in the back, you know?
Mm.
It's not nice when someone is in front of you who wants to snap you in the back. So, up front, you need to be truthful to each other right away. But you'll see, and I will also teach that in my classes, in negotiations. You have to start with being truthful. You have to start with, when you talk to someone, you have to start with believing the person. During the conversation, you can get signals that it's not the case. But if you start different, then you are very, what is it? You are not really listening well to the person because you don't think he's truthful. And if you do the other way around, then you can see during the conversation if the person is truthful, if you want to do business with this person, if you want to be this person's friend, etc.
I've noticed that pretty quick actually, because when I asked you if I could interview you for conscious business, you immediately said yes, and it also makes some kind of different relationship, I guess, between teacher and a student, because it more feels, for me at least, it feels more as if, some professors, you really notice that you're the student.
Okay.
During your class, and when you talk to us, it more seems like we're just kind of equal, and we are there just because you know more and you can bring it up to us. And I appreciate that a lot. In Zuidoost, Amsterdam Southeast, there are more than 7,000 companies based. Do you think they can be more conscious? Do you think they're already conscious about focusing on profit and the different other aspects as well?
A company has to focus on profit,
Of course.
otherwise you die. You get bankrupt. So companies must make profit. But in the meantime, you can also be, as a company, conscious about your surrounding, conscious about what's called the open, no, about the surrounding. And most companies are not. That's not the case, because most employees, they come by train, they come by car, they come by foot, they go into a cave, you can say, yeah, and they don't bother with what's going on outside. Now, what I have also seen is that not bothering outside means that nowadays your shareholders and influencers do not accept that anymore, because you have to be conscious about what's going on in the world, because you have to do good in the world, much more than 10, 15, maybe 50 years ago. I told you in class when I said, there was another class, but I see in you, I see the future, because I'm old. I'm 40 years older than you are, but you are the new world. And what I learned from you is how the world looks like in the coming years. And one of the most important things I learned past week was that your generation is much more involved with the surrounding than we were. We polluted this stuff, They wanted to buy race cars, add chickens that were not nicely slaughtered, you know. Um, but your generation is looking much more into those things, which helps me to also go that path.
There's
So
more
that's what
social pressure towards that path.
I don't really feel the pressure because I can buy anything I want.
Of course.
Yeah, so I buy either biological or not. That's for me not the issue, but I do know that my children would favor me to eat more healthy stuff, which is just bring a bit of pressure. That's good. But I think what I like about seeing you in class is that I learn how the future is shaped. That's it. So you don't only learn from me, I learn from you. Mhm. And the good thing is I translate that into my work. This morning we had a meeting, our werkoverleg, and we decided to say, well, for whom are we doing all this? But when we said, no, it's for the next generation. Well, for the next generation, then we have to change our way of communication. You know what? Because my generation likes to read. Your generation likes to see videos.
Scroll.
Okay. So we decided to go video fully. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I couldn't be confident about that decision if I haven't been in front of class. So there's what is it? Wisselwerking. I learn from you, you learn from me, and I like that. That's why I go to school as.
So kinda, even though you're maybe older than some people here in spirit, you're younger.
Yeah.
Or at least I guess.
Yeah.
You work in an intersection of sustainability and city marketing. There are a lot of big companies here in Zuidoost. Tesla, Peugeot. What do you think are the biggest success factors in large companies in Zuidoost?
Well, I don't think I can answer the question for Zuidoost. I think I want to answer the question just in general.
Okay.
Because Zuidoost is just a place on earth.
Mm-hmm.
And part of Amsterdam. Tesla could have been in North or in South as well. But probably here there was a bit more room, and maybe the price was more was less.
Attractive. Yeah.
But what are the key components for success of those companies? Did you say that? Did you ask me that question?
Yeah.
Key components. Well, I can only answer this from a business perspective because success is based on profit. Sorry. Shareholders have the key to the success of a company, and they demand a good earning from their shares. So success of a company means success for the shareholders. Do I like that? No, I don't anymore, because it must also be successful for employees, and it must be successful for the world. Yeah? And what the parameters are there, I can't judge which parameter is more important, but I would say customer satisfaction is one. Yeah? And buying something from a company and knowing that when it's broke or when something is not right, that you can contact this company and your problem is solved. Yeah? I think that's something where good, conscious companies excel in. There's a company called Costco's in the United States. That's kind of a media markt, and IKEA in between. They have a terrific customer service. Whatever gets broke, you can bring it back, and no questions asked, just go. But people don't bring their stuff back that easily anymore because you don't want to make your the things that you have bought deliberately broken. Which I find very, very important to have a good customer satisfaction. That also counts for employee satisfaction. Isn't it nice to work in a company or work in an organization where your work is valued?
Of course.
Where the person you are is okay, even if you wear a hoofddoekje. Huh?
Headscarf.
That's okay, huh? Yeah. But that you're okay because you are able to do what the company requires you to do. Huh? Isn't it nice that you get a compliment now and then from your manager? Now, these type of things I think make successful companies.
Okay, that's clear. You again back to the niet lullen maar poetsen. Do you believe being a poetser, so a doer, is vital for conscious business and being a conscious professional?
Give me some more context.
To be a conscious professional, do you think being somebody that takes risks or really tries to be a poetser, is that something you say is very important to being a conscious
Yes.
professional?
Yes. Because I think it's also very important that professionals get things done. Not on the too much longer term, but on the shorter term, which is making the results visible. But there are also professionals that know a lot. You're also professional there, then you don't have to put. In fact, so I don't quite catch what you were looking for, but if I would say that I would know, then I would summarize it as follows. When you are a putzer, you also need to be conscious of the consequences, and the consequences for the environment, the consequences for your personnel, and the consequences for your family. It doesn't mean that you sometimes don't take decisions that are contrary. Hey, sometimes it's necessary to do it because you have to survive. But I think you always need to find kind of a balance in those things.
Okay. You founded the Andro Botsen Academy.
Yeah.
To help people deal with setbacks in life. What is your personal definition of professional success in terms of that?
Yeah. Well, that's very simple. Successful means you have reached a goal that you have set yourself. That goal can be this small or this big. But if you reach your goal, you are successful. That's my definition. I am successful every day because if I look at my phone and I look at the things I wanted to do, when I come home to my spouse, she always asks me, "How was your day?" I say, "Great," because I was able to reach my goals. And maybe these are not the real earth-shaking goals, but I feel happy with the things I do. I feel happy with achieving the things I want to achieve every day. So that for me would be being successful.
So you don't think goals being successful is always economic or always reaching a certain potential of
yes, but that's if you want to create that goal, then that's your goal.
Yeah.
But if you would say, well, I would like to be in this week, I would like to be a caretaking grandfather, then that's okay too, because everything a person needs to do is to be satisfied with yourself. I'm coming back to what I said. Being satisfied with yourself. If you reach your goals every day, every month, every year, without being the one that brings a gold medal home for the 500 meters at the